My name is Peter Gasho. I'm from this region. I've been living here for some time now. This is my land that I inherited from my father. It is a very small land. My wife, who is allegedly a mental challenged, I have lived with her for the last 10 years, but for the last 2 years she has been moving up and down different places because of her mind not having coordination. In 2010, in June, my child was taken by the mother. As she moves around, she took the son when he was in school, and he started moving around with her wherever in different towns, and that's how my son ended up on the street. And so when my son went to the street, my wife came back without him, and when I tried to get the information from her, she couldn't really tell where my son is. So in one way or another, my son ended up in the city, Nairobi city, and that's where Mary and Wamboi from Tumaini Kwa Watoto met with him. So one day when I was just at home, Mary and Wamboi came to trace my family, and they met me in the house and told me about my son, and I was so happy because I'd looked for him and I couldn't find him. So I was so excited and was ready to rescue him from the streets, and that's how he came back home. So when he came back home, I took him back to school, and now my son, who is the youngest of the 2 sons that I have, he's 13 years old, is back to school. My desire is to see my son move on with his education, do well in school, and also be comfortable at home. One of my dreams and desires is to see this small house that I'm living in. As my son grows up, I would want it enlarged, but I don't have the capacity, but I'm praying to God to provide the resources that I need. Recently, Mary and Wamboi brought a cow to equip me, so that when it reaches somewhere, it gets a calf, I can be selling some milk. But I'm still feeding it, which has been a joy even to my son Nicholas. So as I have told you that Nicholas is in school, from now I can take you to school so that you can see how Nicholas is doing in school, and you can also meet with his teachers.
Moriega?
I am Philip Kakanga, head teacher of Watoha Primary School, which is in Iego Zone, Kagema District. I have been in this school for the last 8 years, and Nicholas Mwangi has been a pupil in our school. In the early years, he became a truant and went out of the school, went to the streets of Nairobi, where he was found and arrested by the council, City Council of Nairobi. And I was phoned here in school, and they asked whether I knew him. And I replied positively. And after that, those people came here to school visited me. They interrogated me, and after interrogation, they said they would take care of him, meeting all the economic necessities that he required. And they started by paying the levies that are paid in the school, like parents, teachers' levies, which is 200 shillings per term, and also meeting the cost of the examinations and the tuitions. They have been doing some very good job, and I have noted that Nicholas Mwangi has started changing for the better. So we are very appreciative, and I personally, on behalf of the teachers, the school committee, and also the community of Watoto sub-location, we are very grateful that Nicholas have found some people who are very mindful about his life, and they are taking care of him. In fact, Nicholas is a boy who can do something good, and only that he comes from a very poor background. His father having separated with the wife, and the father is a watchman somewhere. He spends the night at Kagema town, and the boy spends the night alone at home. So with those problems, it has been true. He cannot catch up with what is going on in the school. But with the assistance, we can see a lot of positivity, and we hope as you continue giving him assistance, he will continue becoming a better and a better boy and become somebody responsible in his future life. We have also understood that you have been helping even the family at the home. You have bought them a cow, and they are taking care of that cow. And in fact, even Nicholas keeps telling stories to his class teacher, Mrs. Boho, that he is taking care of a cow that was bought for him. So he is very happy, and we hope and pray God will give you more energy, more wisdom, more resources, so that you can continue taking care, not only for Nicholas alone, but for the others who are in that area.
I'm Mrs. Bogo, class teacher 4, and I take care of Nicholas Mwangi. He has been with me for 1 year since he began the year. Actually, before he left this place, he was a bad boy. He did not have manners, and that is why he became a truant, and actually he left the school. He has been away for a long time, and when he was found in the streets, he was brought back. I have been with him now for a year, and have seen him through, because when he came, actually he was discriminated against by other pupils, but with the time they came to realize that each and every person is important. And when he was in class, he has been performing so well, and as we have heard from his performance, he has been improving since then. And he used to be the last one in the class for 2 terms, but when it came to that term, he was able to defeat so many pupils, and he became position 26 out of the possible 35 pupils. And since then, I can see there is a lot of improvement in his social life, and he's also assisting at home. He's doing well with the father, and he's bringing him up well, and I'm very happy with him. So I congratulate you for the work that you are doing, because it is from it that we had the boy back, and the work that you are doing is commendable. We thank you for that, and we hope he's going to change for the better, and at least you will be able to bring up other people who are of great importance in this country.
I went to the street in 2010, January, when my mom started moving around because of her mind retardation. So one time we ended up in this town near the city, Nairobi city, and through the influence of the boys, because I was living on the street with my mom, I decided to join the street gang and street boys, and we decided to go to the city just to explore and then come back home. And that's how I ended up on the city. Well, on the streets, there's so many things that were happening there. I had so many challenges. I didn't love the life on the streets. How I used to get food, we used to go to where the garbages are thrown and look for the leftovers people have thrown there. And one time we started selling the scrap metals so that we can get small amount of money to buy some food. And it was so challenging and painful. I always wished I could go back home. And so when we were selling the scrap metals, it would help us buy some food. It was not a lot of money. It's about 10 shillings Kenyan money per day. And that's what we used to buy food from. And that was my life on the street. I missed going back home, but I knew my mom is not at home. She's on the street like me. But I knew my father was at home, but I really missed going back home. Some time back, my dad had told me that I have a land, that the land that we own, he wants to leave it for me.